Alright, so as it turns out, there is actually no way for me to sync the game footage with the audio, so all the audio from the game is just not, yeah. So, just enjoy the podcast. Also, my audio is really low, so, you know. At some point, I do remove all the audio from Overwatch, so it will get better. Trust me. Please don't close out of the video. I need viewers, please. Thank you, pretty please. And welcome back. Welcome the podcast. Welcome back to this podcast thing.
Oh, we're doing that now.
I'm here joined by.
Oh no, I selected the wrong skin. Ew.
Oh no, that's quite ugly. This is a new episode of our podcast where we're doing a special episode on like gamer, and on the background you'll see me and my horrible aim on McCree. And that's mainly what we're here to talk about right at the moment. This horrible game that me and my friend found out called Overwatch. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but I have made a few of those kinds of videos in the past.
It's kinda glitched a lot.
Yeah.
Basically every hero has some form of bug.
Yeah.
So does every map.
Sometimes the bugs are too good, and then they counter other bugs, and I feel like that's what this game has become now. Like just the bugs countering other bugs, you know.
This game currently is basically rock, paper, scissors. But rock, being goat's composition, counters rock.
Uh-huh.
And scissors and paper are useless.
Yeah. I just used my high noon, and I didn't even like get the bad guys. I got 2 people. And I can't help but feel that I should have saved that for later. And I just flash fanned. You probably didn't see that because, as we all know, Thor of Asgard does not have any eyes. That is based on nothing. I'm a complete liar.
It is very true, though.
What
is this again?
I think you just suck. To be honest,
the wall missed one pillar right in the middle.
I'm pretty sure.
It's slightly to the left of the middle.
Bugs are just like your thing. Like bugs just come. Let me try
to replicate that.
Bugs just come to you first.
Okay, it worked. This somebody teleported me for a second again.
What the fuck just happened to that assassin?
I don't know where is she.
She's dead. But I don't know. She just kind of flew up in the air as I stunned her. I feel like this is no longer a podcast, but just a gameplay.
No, at this point, this is just a bug report.
Yeah, but we're not actually.
Look at this! Look at it! Look at it! What is this?
I mean, I feel like it's because of the differences in height here that like. Or that this might.
But that shouldn't happen. It should all be on the same height as the original pillar in the middle where I placed it is.
On my screen, the middle pillar didn't even exist. I'm not sure if you saw the same.
Wait, on my screen, one to the left didn't exist.
Right. There's 4 pillars, and the one closest to the red part.
No, it's 5.
Wait, what are there? I saw only 4. Maybe.
Yeah, because one was missing.
Yeah. I feel like that's not supposed to happen, but because of the game's code, I don't think having like putting a wall on such a thing, for an example, a structure like that, it must have some kind of special code that there's 2 like
just doesn't work.
Boom, that's it. Just think about this, right? The truck is in 2 different parts. The other one is designed to like properly have a nice wall, and then the other one is just not. Right?
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore at this point, seriously. But
Like, are we still doing the podcast? Because we should probably talk about something then.
Oh yeah, well, our first topic obviously was the bugs in Overwatch and the feeling that we should quit this game and just kill ourselves.
Yeah. And that we basically showcased like 3 bugs
Yeah.
within the 2 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't show the people the soldier bug, but I'm pretty sure everyone already knows that. You know, it sometimes
Which one?
disappears.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean,
that one.
yeah, we got some bugs over here. We love bugs. Okay. All right, off to our next topic.
What should we talk about that workshop thing? And I mean, it's kind of a big deal at the moment in Overwatch.
Oh yeah, sure. You go ahead.
It's pretty cool. You can, you know, do some slight programming in a way, kind of, to program modes that will also be very glitched and bugged. So you can, you know, have bugs in your own version of Overwatch games.
Uh-huh.
It's also
yeah.
pretty nice to have some variety with your glitches and bugs.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
You can have aimbot.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I mean.
And it's not helping the actual competitive game at all.
Yeah, it's just there to, you know, please the viewers at home.
But it's not pleasing me though. It's
What do you
very
mean?
fucking cool, but competitive is still garbage, so
What's wrong
At
with
least
competitive? Let's talk about that.
well, let's start with the obvious. You get toxic teammates, you get
Well,
teammates that don't want to fill, you
yeah,
have
improved players will always
up
exist
to
in every
6.
game.
You have up to 6 DPS. Well, I have up to 4 DPS because I usually don't play DPS.
Uh-huh.
But up to 5 DPS at once, and it won't work. But we recently heard that apparently it might be a 2-2-2 roll queue, or just roll queue in general coming to Overwatch in the near future, like 3rd anniversary, big update, competitive fix and stuff.
There might be
That's
talk about that.
theorized
but I mean,
and.
yeah, of course it's been theorized to, you know, make our game better.
Yeah, I've seen a video that said 222 roll queue for 3rd anniversary leaked. I don't know if that's a legitimate leak though.
Well, I don't.
It
feel
probably
that
got
it is
leaked that
either.
something will happen and they just thought it might be roll queue or something. I didn't watch it, obviously.
Alright, yeah, interesting. What other kinds of problems does Overwatch competitive mode include?
Well, I think that's basically it. If you would get non-toxic and non-toxic teammates and a normal team like 2-2-2, that would be kind of cool. And obviously the variety of team compositions is questionable, but a 2-2-2 roll queue would change that slightly. Because 2-2-2 roll queue doesn't have, you know, goats. He's one, nice.
Yeah, I
give him a
altered
break.
him.
He's shooting the wall, that's cool. Now he's shooting me.
I felt like that would have been a problem in some cases. Okay, I mean, to be fair, I have no idea what I'm saying.
I shouldn't have. I didn't need to use that, I guess. I didn't see how low he was already. Anyway, what would be cool is like some form of, you know... I don't think 2-2-2 force is necessarily what we need though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it would be better to have like one tank locked and one support locked.
But that would remove.
But that would still give the opportunity for quad DPS.
But I mean, I feel like that would remove the freedom from Overwatch to play what you want. and you play in a competitive
no, no,
setting,
no.
to play in a
That it
competitive
wouldn't.
setting, and to play the heroes that you love, but when a person takes away your right to play one of the three categories is just
No,
annoying.
no one's taking it away though.
Like if
You
there's already
have
two
no. You would
DPS.
have the choice. You would have the choice to queue for DPS.
Oh, right. So
That way,
like
every
basically like
DPS
looking.
player, yeah, you could choose like it was with the Yeti event. You could queue for Yeti or Hunter.
Yeah, and
Obviously,
like
they would
in
make
the
it in the way
looking.
that it's not prefer, so it won't just give you a different role.
Yeah.
So not prefer, but force.
So you mean kind of
And
like the looking for group system,
yes, like
right?
that, but better.
And in a
And
competitive setting,
obviously,
to
yeah,
have
yeah.
that good team.
I wouldn't mind if that's a separate queue. Like there's normal competitive queue and then there's this role queue stuff. I wouldn't mind that, as long as you only have role queue members in your team and in the enemy team, right?
Right, yeah.
But that would also give 20 minutes queue time to all DPS players, because it's too hard to find tanks and supports for them.
Yeah. But I feel like
Well,
there is there is
yeah,
another
okay.
flaw in that as well, because people, when they queue for DPS mid game, they probably don't feel like playing DPS anymore, and they're gonna like get all throwy and shit and be like, hey, I don't want to play this. Why am I forced to play this? I would love to play healer at this point. And you can't
I
leave
don't
the
think it
game,
will
or
happen this way around. It will only happen the other way, maybe.
why decline free bonus XP?
I think the other guy declined his group invite.
Oh, right.
Most likely, very, very likely.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't actually think it ever happened to me that a DPS decides to, on his own, say, I don't want to play DPS anymore, I want to play support now.
Well, I feel like, well, that could work for anyone, you know, like a healer
But
who
most,
feels like
you
playing
got,
tank, you know, it could happen anyway.
yeah, but
I
the
died.
thing with that also is that most of the time the reason for switching is that you're already toxic. But if you have that kind of perfect team queue shit, you will hope that everyone queues for their best role. Or at least that would also mean that they would be about at the rank of their role. Like I would say you'd have a separate DPS support and tank rank as well. If
Yeah.
you queue for DPS, you might get placed in platinum games, but like in my case, I get high platinum, low diamond games on DPS, but I get my high diamond to masters games on tank.
Right, but I feel like that would,
Like,
in a way, overcomplicate the competitive setting to have different ranks for every single role you play.
I know, but that's how I think it's
That would be the most
fair thing.
convenient, to be honest. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think I would love to play 30 fucking matches to place in every single setting or category or role. So they could, I don't know, lessen the games you have to play to place, and you know, something like that. Oh, oh, there's this guy here.
I would also say you'd have to have like one or two flex spots, but I wouldn't know where you put them. Like, make one DPS force, two support force, one tank force, and then have two flex roles.
But I mean,
But
flex. I mean,
that still has some problems, you know.
yeah, like the
Because that will
the
force
fucking flexers would probably just play DPS or something, because they want, you know, to play the game. They'll choosy play the game and extra XP for like just playing well. Because don't DPS get more? Don't DPSs get more XP than healers and such?
That sometimes happens if they get you know, gold damage medals and stuff. You get slightly more for that, of course.
Oh yeah, naturally, but that's only if you get like those gold medals.
Oh hi. Oh, cool. Anyway,
Already.
why did this fucking podcast get so serious? Can we go do some actual stuff, like trolling or stuff? You know
Well,
what, actually, quite
Podcasts are meant
different,
to be
so-
from serious topics. And
Yeah,
this
but
is-
it's our podcast!
that's like saying, hey, I make music, but it's not actual music. It's just a video of me taking a shit. It's not music, it's a video of me taking a shit.
Have you watched your own podcast?
Thanks, man. Thanks. But, like, shut up. You dick. It was a nice podcast, okay? From very serious topics.
No, not that.
That actually did not happen. That was only a false mirage of what happened. In the real version, we actually just, you know, fucked. Trust me.
Sure. That fucker is too fast for my right clicks. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, these
I don't
guys
get
calm
above
down now.
165.
Alright, what would we talk about? What would be the next one of our topics?
I feel like we weren't really done with roll queue, but let's move on.
Well, you can keep going if there's something you want to say.
No,
You know, I would.
I don't think there is much to talk about.
I mean,
At
so you
this
feel
point,
like.
it's just waiting until Blizzard fucks it up and then comment what they did wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the agenda here. That was a nice bubble from you. Beautiful. Really useful to do that. You already got his dragon back? What the hell? Dude, this guy. Used it like 2 seconds ago.
Yes, finally 80 charge. This is so beautiful.
Yeah, they don't do much damage. I'm so happy for you.
Get over here, bitch! No, you're not getting him to killed anyway.
Oh my.
No.
Why is this taking so long? He was 1 HP. Okay. So, what else? What? Let's see. Yeah, see, that's how you know it's Thor. Change that of all things.
Then of course the thing we talked about a lot. 222 roll queue.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm currently trying.
Wait,
to
what was your answer? Do you want solo queue? I think I'd like that.
I'm trying to pick a hero and I'm kind of concentrated. I don't know what to play.
Okay, guys, select fuck here. We'll talk about that after that then.
So I'm gonna go fucking Hanzo. I don't care.
My
Alright.
English is legitimately sounding more like I don't even say all of the words. I just stop at some point or don't
Alright.
say the words properly.
Two people in groups just fucking talking to each other and not really being the team that they could be.
Do you mean like us when we duo?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we joined the team voice chat and we talk with them if they talk as well. So, like.
Fair enough. We're talking in Discord most of the time.
Yeah, but if we have a call out, then we share with the entire team.
Yeah.
Or if we want to plan an attack. We're good players. Trust us, Overwatch. Please don't ban our account.
As if Overwatch would ever ban our accounts. Or even watch this video.
Yeah, that was you know, the first thing that I would. Yeah. Anyway. So.
222 roll queue. Yes or no?
Now I feel like that's a good idea. Even if it
Yeah.
would complicate things much more, it would make things, you know, much more, how can I put this? Fuck. Like, it would make things more balanced and, would lower the risk of being in a bad team.
Yeah.
when you all can pick the heroes that you want to play, and that those heroes all are valuable to the team, and not like everyone just takes DPS and doesn't communicate at all and doesn't work as a team. But that idea, I like it. I feel like it should be a thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I take
I
way
don't
too long
think
to say things.
I don't think there is the answer no to the next one. I think it's just you can maybe talk about why it isn't there yet and what should be. You know what? Actually, let's go into more detail on the next topic and talk about what you should would do.
Mhm.
Faster and more impactful hero balancing.
I feel like that should have been a thing for a long time.
I think that should have been like a very high priority from day one.
Like, I mean, so far they only released like a patch, but like, I don't know, once in 2 months or so. And even in then, it's just like a fucking useless patch that helps no one, and usually they don't fix the most important ones.
So, now let's go in more detail. What do you think should be changed? Like, give 3 examples
Yikes.
of what you think should be changed.
I
Who
mean-
should be nerfed? Who should be buffed? Who should just be entirely reworked?
I feel like I can't really say. Feels like I haven't played Overwatch enough to make such judgments, but like
Just personal opinions.
personal opinions. Well, Genji is one of the heroes that I would love to see fixed. You know, fixing the broken deflect, fixing the deflect sometimes not activating when you're blading, or the deflect sometimes not activating at all for no reason, or your wall climbing not connecting to the wall. It's just, or there are a lot of fucking bugs, and I feel like Genji is just countered by every single hero. Like,
But
I
what
don't
would you
think
do
I've
about
ever
that?
been- I
Would
don't
you
think I've-
buff or rework Genji, or would you nerf specific heroes that counter Genji?
I feel like, well, I mean, I don't exactly want to change the game because I feel like it's already in a good spot, and every mistake I do is just my fault. I mean, I'm supposed to like factor in all the possible counters, but like sometimes even heroes that I'm supposed to counter just counter me. And
Also, Overwatch is not in a good state. No. It's not.
well,
It's definitely not. It's goats.
Think about it. Well, goats is a strategy that requires you to think to use it, and isn't.
Does it?
In the end.
I mean,
that's-
sure, it does slightly.
Yeah, and in the end, that's all that Overwatch is about: is to communicate with your team and use the best possible team compositions to get a
Goats.
victory. Yeah,
It's goats though.
I mean, there definitely should be a counter for that shit. Okay, like there's always a counter for everything, but apparently not goats.
yeah.
And
And
the way
there is a
the way Jeff Kaplan put it is just that goats is a thing that is going to be in Overwatch because there always has to be a strategy that makes you win in that game. But counters for that, but he didn't mention any counters or mention any possibilities of those kinds of
Dude,
heroes coming
the
up.
the counters to goats are goats and sombra goats.
Sombra goats. Is that just goats?
But
with Sombra?
sombra, yes, instead of diva. But the thing with goats versus sombra goats, it's not necessarily a counter every time. You have to farm EMP, and then you can win the fight.
So
But if you
it's
take
pretty
too
much
long
which
to
one-
farm EMP,
So it's pretty much like
they'll just have more percentage.
whoever is the better team and better at goats will win.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Have you watched Overwatch League? That's basically it.
Whichever is the better team wins. That's how Overwatch works. And
No, it's not. It's not whoever is the best team. It's whoever is the best team in goats. There
Yeah.
are teams that have incredible DPS talent, or can't do shit. Philadelphia Fusion, can't pay, can't carry. But are terrible in goats. Because players like Carpe, Widow Gods, DPS players are forced on playing Zarya. And only Zarya. Or take LA Valiant. They were an extremely good team in Season 1. Season 2, GOATs, they come in and suck dick.
Yeah.
Players like Agilities. A very good projectile player. Garbage and Ghost, because he has to play what? Fucking Brigitte, Zarya? Like, that's just the thing with GOATs.
But I mean,
You would have to build a team around GOATs.
there should
if
be
you
a
wanna
counter
win.
for that. There always has to
Yeah.
be a counter for everything, and they should
There
fix.
is-
They should fix the problem that if you create the perfect team, you can never lose. Like every
Yeah.
team should be countered. That's how Overwatch should work. Like there shouldn't be just a button that you can click to win every game.
The button are 6 buttons. Gita, Lucio, and actually sometimes Zenyatta, sometimes Ana, but mostly Zenyatta.
That was a misclick. Don't worry about it.
It's, on some maps you see Winston goats like Dotes or floats or whatever that shit's called. But it's still basically goats, triple tank, triple support.
Putting
And
movement-
fixing damage, all of that in kind of more detail. Just remove medals in general so no one can go into voice chat and say, I have gold damage!
You all suck. I mean, it's just an excuse to flex, really. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to know that if someone's calling you useless, and you have a bunch of silver medals, for example, they actually show you that you're doing your part. I mean, you have second most damage and second most everything. You're doing your job. But
Maybe, but I think it should still be slightly reworked so it at least has more details. You can go.
I'm gonna-
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna go
this.
support.
yeah,
I'm gonna go support, but I'm not gonna heal those two.
no, just heal me, and then those guys will
Yeah,
die.
yeah. Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a great.
Anyway, we're drifting off. Where were we? Oh yeah, more detailed scoreboards. I would, you know,
So
appreciate that.
How would you like describe what you want exactly? More detailed scoreboards doesn't exactly say a lot.
Like the thing with damage per second, not damage per second. The thing with damage medal, for example, is it's basically how much damage you have done this entire game. Where it could be that you have done extremely well for a while, and then you suddenly become the worst player because at that point your hero is just garbage. But you'll just press tab and see I have gold damage, so therefore I am not the worst player. So what I like to see is like change that to, you know, damage per second, and not damage per, like damage per minute or damage per 10 minutes. I think damage per minute would be most accurate, but damage per 10 minutes would work too. Because that way, you see a drop when you don't do as well for a while. So you can see who's currently the best player, and all that kind of stuff. Also, elims per 10 minutes, just put all of that per 10 minutes. We have the stats for that, they're in the profile, just put them in the tab list. That's something I want to see.
I feel like damage per 10 minutes. Huh.
If you don't do as well, it will drop. Maybe damage per minute. Oh, that would work too, because sometimes games aren't even 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. I'm
But
not too
just that
sure
kind
about
of stuff, this kind of stuff in general.
What else would be on the list of complaints?
Replace or rework 2CP.
2CP. How would you what's wrong with it?
You have never heard someone complain that 2CP is just garbage?
Two control points.
Because taking the second point or the first point or just all that kind of stuff, so annoying!
Well, yeah, because, you know, all of the defenders spawn, it's just so close that it's difficult to win. It's a simple fix, really. Just put the spawn slightly farther away, or make the spawning time slightly longer if the enemy team is on the point or so. They actually already do that, but I don't. Maybe sometimes only. I don't.
There's something I don't exactly know how to fix 2CP, but it's annoying to play most of the time. So some slight rework could be nice.
Yeah.
What
sure.
do you do?
I was receiving no healing and I died.
Oh really? I thought I had the orb on you.
No, I went under your sight line.
Probably because you were full health most of the time, so it dropped off of you, and I forgot to put it back on.
Oh yeah, that could be it. So,
The next one would be just adding new game modes.
well, yeah, that's true. Blizzard's been really fucking lazy the past few years.
So yeah, that's the next one. Any game mode you like to see, maybe?
I don't know. Like
From other games, something maybe?
I kind of like PvE. So, like, maybe just a non-recycled version of that.
Fair
Or
enough.
something like CSGO Spawn Diffuse. I really like that mode.
What's that?
Fucking Diffuse from CSGO.
I go and play CSGO.
You do, and you know what diffuse means. Diffusing a bomb.
Oh, maybe I just misunderstood it. I'm retarded. I know what fucking diffuse is. Yeah, that's in the workshop, right?
Yeah, it is, but like
Workshop.
a proper version
Could
of that
be.
made by professionals.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I feel like I would.
What do you mean? We're all a bunch of professionals.
No, we're fucking
to be
not.
honest,
We're just fucking preteens. I know that ended pretty weirdly, but my recording software just stopped working completely. So, you know, Thor, go ahead.
That was it for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. Now fuck off.